What's going on, everyone? Blake here, back for another video on the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about 4 things to not do when you're working to grow your business and make more sales using Facebook organic. So typically I always talk about things to do, things to look out for, things to do more of to grow your business, grow your income, and grow your impact online. But in today's video, we're going to flip the script a little bit and talk about 4 ways that you can lose friends and alienate sales if you're not careful. So be sure to keep an eye out for these 4 things. If you're doing one of these 4, I highly suggest you stop doing them now to put yourself in a position to win. So if you want to fail on Facebook and you want to fail with your online business, you're in the right place. Now, to be serious though, in this video, I really want to talk about 4 key things that you really should look out to avoid if you want to actually get your business off the ground and grow a successful online business. See, what many don't see, when I first started my online business about 4 years ago, for the first 2 years, I struggled to do anything online. In fact, the most I ever made was as much as $10 a day within those first 2 years. Fast forward to today, now I run a multiple 6-figure online business and things are going well. But like I said before, they weren't always at this point. There was a few key things that not only held me back early on in my journey, but as I've grown my online business, as I've become a successful coach and served hundreds of other people, there's 4 key things that I see hold many people back day after day as they go through the motions and continue to cling on to these things in hopes to grow their online business. So in getting into point number 1 here, that is, compare yourself relentlessly to successful organic marketers and successful marketers in general throughout the online space. Because if you're going to compare yourself relentlessly to these successful marketers, you're going to put yourself in a position to feel empty, to feel like, you know what, I'm not good enough. How are these people so much better than me? How do they have this down? How is it so easy for them? But in reality, what's really happening is you're comparing your day 1 to somebody else's day 100. More than often, it usually happens when we're starting to try to put out more content and doing it consistently, and we're feeling stuck on ideas. We don't know what to write about. We aren't super clear on who our target audience is and what we should be saying in our post to get people to comment and get people to reach out to us. So where do we go? To other successful organic marketers that are putting out really strong posts. And we go and look at those posts. We look at how they position them, look at the copy that they use, look at the comments below the posts, and we immediately feel like, how the hell do they make this look so easy? How is this so effortless? And how in the world am I ever going to be able to write copy like this, put out posts like this, and create results like this? And it immediately starts to make us feel like, man, I'm so far away from this person. At first, he made it look easy, but now how am I supposed to be able to write just like he did? No, but really, I've had many people reach out to me and say to me directly, like, how do you make this look so simple? And the number one thing I always come back and say is the fact that it wasn't always this easy. There was a gap in time early on in my journey where I wasn't good at writing content. I didn't have good copywriting skills. I didn't know what to post, when to post it, or how to post it. And I knew that the only way for me to actually get to the point where I did know how to do those things and I knew how to do them effectively, I had to, number 1, start showing up where I was at right now, knowing that this is my starting point and it's only going to get better from here. And number 2, I had to go out and actually invest and learn and understand how to develop these skills and do it effectively. Because me just going out and looking for ideas from other successful marketers and comparing myself to those people, what's it going to do? It's just going to make me feel like an imposter. It's going to make me feel like, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. And it's going to repel me from actually going out and doing those things. And worse than that, what also happens is we have others in communities that we're involved with online, and we see them starting at a similar spot to us when we got started. Perhaps they joined that community at the same time as us. And then we see their success take off of that one person, and the other person, you, is still kind of hovering in the same spot, or maybe just a couple small wins in comparison to that other person. And you're sitting back wondering, like, what is missing with me? Why did I not grow as fast as he did? How is he better than me? But the point is, everybody's at a different point in their journey. And if we just look at the highlight reel and the wins right now, we're doing ourselves an injustice, and we're putting ourselves in position to feel like we're not good enough. Like, we can't do that. And in turn, it's going to make us want to run away from doing these things and go and hide and try something different. But the reality is we can't compare ourselves to somebody else at any point in our journey, because everybody's at a different point. And what we have to do is love ourselves and realize that we're in our own lane, we're on our own journey, and we're creating our own legacy. And I know at times that can be very, very difficult, but use this as a reminder today to start providing yourself with affirmations each morning around validating yourself and showing up in your own lane and creating your own story, and the fact that everybody else is at a different point on their journey. Unless that is you want to continue to feel disappointed, feel disheartened, and feel like you're not good enough, then go ahead, continue to compare yourself to other successful organic marketers and other successful online business owners. And you in turn will feel disappointed, and you will more than likely choose to walk away from what you're doing and go and pursue a different opportunity where you will then go and do the same thing and feel disappointed again. So way number 2 to lose friends on Facebook and alienate sales is to not show up consistently. Show up when you want, do what you want, publish when you want, and don't have any consistency with your motions itself. No, but really, if you do that, you're putting yourself again in a position to fail. And this happens over and over again. I see this all the time, especially amongst beginner organic marketers, especially those that are aspiring to be an online coach and working to get that coaching business off the ground. They go and try this new Facebook platform and they go and publish a few posts, and maybe they do it for a month, and then from that point they don't see the results that they want, so they jump and look for some other opportunity. And this lack of consistency will continue to keep you jumping around from one thing to the next, just like we talked about in the last point, where when you're comparing yourself to others, you in turn are going to make yourself not be consistent, because you're going to get in your own head and start to feel like, you know what, I'm not good enough. I don't have these skills. I need to go behind the scenes and learn more before I can continue to publish. And it's just going to keep you hiding in the dark, not showing up and taking the action that you need to take. And much like those of you dealing with this very exact problem right now, where you feel like you're not consistent with what you do, and maybe you know that for a fact, I know that early on in my journey, I struggled with lack of consistency as well. And it wasn't until I went through kind of a rough patch in my life and I started to make some changes, and that led me to setting a 90-day fitness goal. And when I set that 90-day fitness goal, I stopped at nothing to complete and fulfill that goal of losing over 25 pounds and just getting that six-pack abs that I really wanted in my college years. And when I was in my sophomore year of college and I set this 90-day goal and I pursued it relentlessly, stopped at nothing to achieve it, it really taught me some valuable lessons around consistency itself. It showed me in a visual way to see my body transform from where I was to 90 days later where I got to. It made me see the power of committing to simple daily actions each and every day, and what can happen as you consistently show up and do those small daily things that make you become 1% better each and every day. Just like with YouTube here, consistency is also the key to success in this platform. I'm gonna throw out a statistic here that I came across for YouTube in particular, and that is the average channel that has 10,000 subscribers has exactly 152 uploads to be exact. This just goes to show that you have to be willing to consistently show up and put in the reps and do it imperfectly to start, so you can start developing those skills, gaining confidence, and growing your audience and your online business. But if we give up on things too early, we're not giving ourselves a chance to do anything. Consistency over perfection is key. Same goes for Facebook. I promise you, your time will come when it comes to seeing success with your online business, especially on Facebook, if you decide and commit to consistently showing up. But whatever platform you are working on right now, simply make that commitment. Set a 90-day goal for yourself and make that 90-day goal around the things that you can control, the inputs that you can do. Publishing X amount of videos, putting up X amount of posts, having X amount of conversations. The things that you have the ability to control and do each and every day to advance your skill set, put in the reps, and grow and become 1% better each and every day itself. Or you can not take my advice and you can go ahead and do a couple posts today, a couple posts a month from now, and then jump to a different platform and do the same thing over again and never get to where you want with your online business. Which leads me into way number 3 to lose friends and sales on Facebook, which is to wait to start selling until your offer is just right, until your offer is perfect. Because just like with consistency, oftentimes we're gonna fight ourselves and tell ourselves not to do certain things until things feel just right, until the skill set is perfectly there, until I've built out things in the way that I feel is perfect. That perfectionist within us. That perfectionist not only kills consistent action, but it also stops us from doing the things that are actually going to put us in a position to create momentum and actually grow our online business. Like going out and having conversations, presenting offers, and trying to make sales happen early on. I know it's uncomfortable at the start. And I know at times it may feel off to invite that person to join your offer or to ask for that sale. So unless you don't want your business to make any money, unless you want to continue to stay in the same spot and build zero momentum, I highly suggest you stop hiding behind the dark and hiding behind the scenes, waiting to present offers, and stop trying to make your offer perfect and just right, and start arming yourself with the skills that you need and taking the action that you need to go out and start imperfectly presenting offers, having conversations, and getting comfortable with being rejected at times and having people say no to you, to know that that's only going to lead to more yeses down the line. And to ice the cake here at the end with way number 4, to lose friends and alienate sales on Facebook, just overcomplicate things. Try to make things as complicated as possible. Add as many moving parts as you can to your lead generation and sales process. Try as many new tactics as you can to start bringing more leads in and more sales into your business, and you in turn will make no sales. Don't overcomplicate things. Keep things simple. And early on in your journey, for those of you in the very beginning stages, it's easy for us to look at other successful people and say, you know what, this is pretty easy. This is simple. If they can do it and they are showing how easy it is, I can do it easily as well. And then we get into things and start taking some of that action, and we realize, you know what, this is actually kind of tough. This is complicated. What do I need to do and when do I need to do it? And then we start to really complicate things, adding in too many parts, adding in too many pieces, talking more in our sales conversations, listening less, trying all of these random things to repair our lack of sales in our business. And in turn, we end up keeping ourselves more and more stuck, comparing ourselves to more people, showing up less consistently, and achieving the same outcome of 0 result. Talk a bunch in your messenger conversations. Don't ask questions. Talk more than actually listening. And when it comes to your process of actually generating leads and creating sales opportunities and converting sales, try to make it as messy and complicated as possible. Add as many moving parts as you can, and that will put you in a position to win. Don't do that. Don't overcomplicate things. Keep things as simple as possible. Fact is, business is simple, but not easy. And the problem is we want it to be easy, which in turn makes it complicated. In reality, if we went into it knowing that it's not going to be easy, it's going to be challenging at times, it's going to require us to do the things that we talked about in this video today, but above anything else, we have to try to keep things as simple as possible. One product, one lead generation strategy, one sales process, and really honing in on those core single pieces first before we start adding layers. Layers can come as you continue to scale. But to start, when you're below 10K a month, your focus should really be on the 3 core things. Content, publishing content, doing it consistently, and providing value to your audience. Conversations, connecting with people within that target audience, getting to know them, building relationships, seeing where they're at, where they want to go, and how you can help, and really enrolling clients, presenting offers, and making sales happen. Those are the 3 core things that you should be focused on to get to 10K a month. And if you can strip away everything else outside of that, it's much easier for us to actually be consistent, to grow in those areas, and to create the outcomes that we want to create in our online business. So to recap here, if your goal is for your business to never grow past 5K or 10K months and beyond, if you don't want anybody to ever see your content, your videos, and whatever you put out, and you don't want to deal with what comes from having a successful online business, then I encourage you to follow these 4 tips today. Starting with number 1, comparing yourself relentlessly to other successful marketers. And number 2, make sure that you don't be consistent at all. Show up sporadically. Do things when you want to and how you want to, and don't do it in a way where you're showing up on a consistent basis for your audience. And to make it easier to not be consistent, go ahead, wait to start selling your offer until that offer is perfect and just right. Continue to take months to refine it, perfect it, and make sure that you feel super, super comfortable with it before you go out and sell anything. And lastly, try to overcomplicate things as much as you possibly can. Add as many moving parts as you can, make things as complicated as possible, and make it as difficult as possible for you to actually take action. And to ice off the cake, be sure to go out and follow a couple creators that really kind of rub you the wrong way and add them to your favorites list so you're constantly being exposed to their posts and seeing what they put out and feeling that feeling over again. And that's a wrap. If you do those 4 things, you will lose friends and you will alienate sales on Facebook. That I can guarantee. So hopefully those of you that stuck with me here till the end enjoyed the little sarcasm that I injected in this video. But above anything else, look into these 4 areas that I talked about from a serious lens as well, because there's a reason that I brought up all 4 of these. I see these repetitively happening over and over, and I see this repelling people from actually seeing their goals come to life online. So take these, flip them on their head, and embody all 4 of them in a way that you can take the advice that I shared and turn the negative into a positive. So that is a wrap for this video. Hopefully you guys got a couple laughs as well as a couple insightful takeaways from this video itself. If you did, be sure to share those in the comments below and let me know your number 1 takeaway from this video itself. And aside from that, if you have not already, be sure to smash that subscribe button before you head out, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.